All right, so what we need is to revitalize Shed Spread as a brand. You see, people think of Shed Spread, they think of...
What's all this? What are you doing in here? This isn't your Shed Spread hour.
It's after 4. Okay, sorry, my meeting ran long. I'm loaning you my meeting space that I have. Yes, and I'm very appreciative of that. Well, Shed Spread Company, we will find a way to make this brand sexy and relevant. Okay, the Shed Spread executive is leaving now. And, welcome back to RPG Pals. Previously, a lot of stuff happened. We'll get reconnected with everybody after this intro music.
This is the part where I play the intro music, cause it's gonna be rad. Tell your friends, tell your mother, and you better fucking tell your dad.
My dad doesn't like these podcasts that I do.
I'm Gina Dazer. I am on Twitter at ADASER, which spells it Dazer. I am on a whole bunch of things you can click through on that. I have Patreon. I have a live stream thing. I do a lot of stuff. I have a store. Look me up on Etsy. Buy my shit. I play Navenia Drexel, and only Navenia Drexel? They are a changeling bard sorcerer so far.
And I am Eric, he, him, aka Rhythm Bastard. You can find my music at rhythmbastard.rocks, rhythmbastard.bandcamp.com, or soundcloud.com/rhythmbastard. I also got a Patreon. Please give me money. Anyway, I play Oi, the punk drow monk who likes to punch things and shred things with his guitar.
Hi, I'm Madison Rowan. I have a Twitter, Quipster Rikuru, and you can find links to all my other stuff from there, pretty much. She, her pronouns, and I play Koyos, the crocodile lizard man druid who just loves dogs. And also, I have the most important member of the entire campaign, obviously, with me. It's Barry the dog.
I'll hit Barry.
Barry's
One
delightful.
dog 5 times.
Bow, 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 bow.
Hi, I'm Gar Atkins, but you can call me Sahoni. I use he, him, and I play Dodger, a cleric of sorts who is also a wolf boy of sorts.
I'm Sam, they, them, like Gene, who forgot to mention theirs. I play Kier, who uses he, they. They're a warforged hexblade who works for the Zentarum and loves to do murders.
And I'm Luke. He, him, and I'm your game master, and I voice everybody else in this podcast. All right, so, catching up, because it has been, for those of you who aren't playing in the game and are thus unaware of the time, it's been like 2 months since we have played, so we are catching up. Time bubbles.
February 24th was the last recording session. Yeah, sorry for bringing down the energy in the room, but let's pick it back up again with some fun time adventures.
We got those D&D muscles.
So the spaceship Alderaan is approaching the city. Nope.
Podcast.
Switch the notes, and then the shed spread is brought into frame.
Nope, that's not. Get those sexy sheds out of here.
Those shed spreads are too hot.
Mr. RPG Pals Club is threatening to kill me. Has a dog. No, we did the shed spread thing this time. Yeah. Okay. So currently, Oi and Navinia are working to get their Bards Guild licenses, but they are being held up by Corlia Rostile, a person with a issue with Herbin, Oi and Navinia's contact. And so in order to get this, they have booked a venue coming up in a few days at the local bar, the Yawning Portal.
Not just a venue, the venue.
The venue. The venue. Yeah. That was good. That was good. You don't need to pretend to hate me for my very good ideas.
Here's an idea.
Yes, one of the things that is required is getting one of Navinia's many siblings to perform at this. So this conversation has not been breached yet. Meanwhile, Koyos and Dodger took care of selling some stuff and went on adventures, and Koyos also got invited to go and check out the Emerald Enclave for a mission that they had. And Kerr has been doing things setting up the house.
And getting into debt.
Yeah, and trying to apply for loans, which they were not really getting offers.
It's weird that when you mention you're part of a criminal organization that people don't automatically trust you.
How strange.
Really thought that'd work.
Well, I think it's also like how you're doing it. It's not like, I've got some contacts who would be very unhappy if you did not want to do business.
No, I just walk in there. Hello, I'm part of the Zentarum. Hello. Do you want to do business with me?
Hello, I do crimes. Why are you closing your doors?
Which crimes? Who can say? Hope you don't find out.
There's many of them.
Also, the next day is going to be Sornin, part of a 3-day festival, which is why Navinia needs to go and reach out to their cousin or relative Grimshack. Is there anything else that I'm forgetting here? And the Zentarum wanted Kerr to bring some friends to go check out some murders.
And I think a squirrel told us to go look at the Emerald Enclave.
Yeah. Specifically our good druid friend and whoever they would bring along. So, I believe everybody had gotten done with their errands. It's about like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, so everybody meet back up at the house.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
And I burst in and say, we're going to a party.
Oh my, when?
Well, maybe 2. I have to find my brother, and then we're going to be in a battle of bands.
All right.
Oi cracks his knuckles and goes like, hell yeah! A battle of the bands.
A non-bloody violent battle of the bands. As a non-bloody, but yes, violent.
Okay.
I mean, they have karaoke night down at the Wounded Ankeg. Ankeg? I can never pronounce that word.
It's got too many letters in it.
It does. Not enough vowels.
Huckleberry. Wait, hold on. I do like a quick dog count. I'm like,
I have 3 dogs in my arms at this very moment. And I'm just kind of like looking back and forth because how do you battle a band?
Well, you see, it's I think a battle of the bands works is that both bands play at the same time, and whichever one can't handle the other's rock and roll apparently like dies or falls unconscious or some stuff, and then whichever band isn't dead is the winner.
it's not exactly.
Nope, you got it all perfectly correct. Good job.
No,
Yeah,
so that's, actually, it's 2 bands play. One band plays first, and then one band plays next. And people judge how good they are with cheers or numbers or gold, and then whoever wins gets the title. And there's usually less bloodshed than a regular battle, but it is the Yawning Portal, so who can tell?
Oh, Navinia, but his idea was so much more exciting.
It is, and maybe for the Wounded Ankarelian, we could do it there, but this is the Yawning Portal.
Ankeg?
Sure.
I believe, yeah, it's Ankeg.
I would just point out that this would be the same Yawning Portal where we all met each other over a brutal murder.
Yes.
Well, it was self-defense, but we still killed something.
Exactly. Non-planned self-defense. Wink.
Yeah, and then like we kicked a bunch of like flies and trolls in the face, and then the guy shot a guy, and it was pretty awesome actually. I'm glad we're doing this Yawning the Portal.
What if you almost died?
Yeah.
Dodger looks a little bit uncomfortable at being reminded of this situation.
So do we put them in the portal if they lose? Is that what's happening?
No, I don't think that's how that works.
But could it be?
I very much think Durin would not like that.
Yes. I mean, they would have to still pay. So
Yeah.
if they paid, I don't think he would mind. He just very loose morals, but I love him for it.
I mean, he lets me wash dishes in the back. Loose enough for that.
Lets you wash dishes.
Typically that's not really a privilege.
Oh, right.
There's an exchange of goods and services.
I thought it was for fun.
Oh, no.
Oh, you.
I don't know what
No.
your type does for fun these days. I wanted to say street urchins, but I feel like we're getting closer to friends now, and that may have been a bit uncouth.
Street friends.
Street friends.
Yeah.
Kind of in, yeah.
Dodger actually kind of like scratches his chin. He's like, I could live with that one.
Like him at cold words.
Yeah, I've been called a lot worse.
Possibly by me.
Yeah, no, that's probably confirmed.
So, but I know, Goodberry, and you bring up an excellent point. To get the venue on such an elaborately staged night, I need to get my brother to perform there, and that might be tricky. So I don't know if you've noticed, but my siblings don't exactly look like me. And
Yeah, I just figured it was a whole like found family adoption thing.
Your brother is a pointy dog.
we were found and then later adopted. But one of the ones who was found was Grimshack. They are a goblin person. They are also very popular with parties and entertainments, and I can see why Dernan would like us to get them. Unfortunately, I'm not quite sure where they are right now. They're still in Waterdeep, I think.
Luke, would Kira have heard of Grimshack?
I think we're going to need to roll a dice to figure this one out.
That's
I
the
know.
goal.
It's
That's the goal.
Roll them
getting
bones.
used to this. Yeah, roll me a performance check because they are also a performer.
Oh, yeah. Excellent. That is 13 plus 5 for an 18.
Yes, you've actually seen them at several shows before. Like, they sometimes will do more of a standard set. Sometimes it's more of a meet and mingle type thing where they offer pithy commentary from a goblin perspective.
Yeah.
Would Dodger know which bars they would frequently frequent?
Oh, they're a personal party smith.
Yeah,
I
and
see.
They would not be doing work at bars that Dodger would necessarily be brought to.
That is perfectly fair. I figured, hey, that's a gig venue. Maybe he would know who needs extra help on certain days.
No, I probably saw him at one of the salons, one of the little get-togethers.
That seems a bit more likely.
I figured he does like rich people's birthday parties, like theatrical openings, maybe sometimes like fancy restaurant openings. They'll have like an open mic, like they say it's open mic, but it's not really.
Grimshack's mic.
They bring in the rares.
Yeah.
Well, it would be lovely to see Grimshack again. I haven't seen him since Morn's theater opening. It was such a delight. He had such witty rejoinders.
You know what? He's always working on material. And I'd like just like grin through my teeth are a little pointy right now. Some entertainers like to use their personal lives more than people in their personal lives would like to think they should. So that's always fun when that's a surprise. But anyways, I haven't talked to him in a couple of weeks. Thing. Siblings, whatever. It's fine.
I can't wait to meet more of your family.
Is this Foley work?
Is that a knock at the door?
I think somebody fell down the stairs under the door.
Oh no.
It's another dog.
I open the door. What happened?
What does Grimshack look like?
Grimshack is about 2.5 feet tall, short for a goblin, but the ears make up for it. Tufty red hair on top, little tiny scruffy goatee, very well dressed, but in I got this, like, outfit tailored to look like how a goblin would dress in a fancy thing. But generally they wear, like, lots of sweaters and slacks when they're not performing. They really play they're like a character actor of a goblin, played by a goblin, so it can't be racist.
It's sort of like a Larry the Cable Guy for goblins.
Yes, he's Larry the Cable Guy of
I was thinking Stanley Tucci, but okay.
I do not like that prompt.
Under 3 feet tall, you might be a goblin.
He's Stanley Tucci of Larry the Cable Guy.
I feel like those are two different tiers of just entertainer.
No, I can draw the straight line. He's the
He also
Stanley
does
Tucci
theater
of
work.
the Cable Guy.
Oh boy.
Good. So I'm guessing in our doorway is a 3 foot tall Stanley Tucci.
With the ears 3 foot tall. Without the ears.
Evening. You're awfully tall, aren't you?
Yes.
No, I'm usually this height.
I do that with some glasses in the background.
So, Navinia, you going to invite your sibling in?
That depends. Are you still a blood-sucking vampire? I'm kidding. Come here, darling.
I'm not the one who's the politician.
Oh, yes, our siblings are awful. Come in.
As, the door closes, you can see the sort of demeanor change. It's always awful being on in the streets.
I know. I envy your commitment to your craft. It is a lot. Would you like a drink?
You have anything that isn't dust? I kid.
I thought you were tired of being on.
Oh, this is just regular.
All right. So, I was walking down the street, heard my name come up, and also saw these. And they hold up a flyer that is announcing Grimshack's appearance at the Yawning Portal.
Oh, Dernan does quick work, doesn't he?
Yes,
I could have warned you about that.
Yes, Dernan does quick work. And I make sure his travel backpack is very well closed.
Oh no.
Yes, I meant to find you and talk to you about that. It seems your sister has an opportunity right now.
Yes. Tell me more.
So, if you perform at the Yawning Portal, I'm just letting you know up front, my part of it, just so you don't think I'm trying to get something out of you, which I definitely am, is that if you perform at the Yawning Portal, you know I've been trying to be a bard, right? Well, me and Oi, 2 for 1, great deal, get to perform, and win, with any luck, Battle of the Bands, and then we get a bardic license, and I wouldn't have to keep practicing at the house. And I will pay you in experience and favors.
Oh, I thought you were going to say exposure. No, okay.
I thought about it. But also, you may have noticed, I have a new place. We have a new place. And it will be a thriving, I look over at all the dogs. I'm like, dog cafe? Soon? And we'll be doing favors for around, and you know what? I have one beautiful painting that you may be interested in. It's a large landscape. It could go well in any of your theater backdrops. Maybe you could do me this solid. Instead of like a back and forth we've had, I think it's my turn, right?
I think you mean... Okay. Here's how it's going to go. Did you get any promises of what material I'd be performing?
You know what? I know how experimental you'd like to get an open venue, so you can do whatever you like.
And you got me for how many of these nights did you need me to come in? Just one or all 3?
Was it just all 3? Was it 3 nights? Was it one
Let me
night?
check my notes.
I think it was just...
No, 3rd to the 5th. And then I have Grimshack for all 3 nights of Sornin, 3rd through 5th. Grimshack, 6th, Chick Secretary Lady's ass. That's what I have in my notes.
Oh boy. Ooh, sure. So I say, well, it would be the 3 nights of Sornin, and I know it's very short notice, but I would owe you big. And I'm sure I could pay you back in currency if you wish, but I know you're pretty flush last we talked, but I know the city gives and takes.
Benya, I'm fine doing it. Sibling to another sibling. I am just going to say, for these 3 nights, I'm doing all the new stuff that I want to try, the stuff that I'm not allowed to do other places.
So, just remember, it is the Yawning Portal, so I think anything goes, but...
Yeah.
I mean, there's a hole to another dimension, so, I mean, if they have that there, I'm sure, whatever you do is going to be way below the line.
If you're going to summon if you're going to summon any terrible creatures from the deep, make sure you tell Durnan in advance just so the children are in the back.
I'll let him know that review wasn't going to be coming in. They're awful. Ha! I can't.
They're awfully useful. More like... Oh, I can't believe I've been so rude. Let me introduce you to all of my friends. We're sort of like a co-business ship adventurer group. It's very exciting. So this is my co-bard, Oi.
Hi.
You just crawled out of the Underdeep, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. It's a whole thing. But hey, listen, service role's been pretty all right, even though I can barely stomach any of the food here.
Hey, that's just food in the city.
I like this guy.
Yes, most people do. This...
Waka waka.
This, with all of the dogs, is Koyos. Koyos? I'm sorry, I just never...
Koyos, yeah.
Both?
Hello.
Koyos, okay.
Wonderful to meet you. You are charming and beautiful.
Thank you.
That was a new sound.
They like the tall ones, don't they?
Yes. This is... I point to the dogs, and I'm like, I know Goodberry, but I don't know their two friends.
This is Rosie over here. And this is... Let me look at my notes, because I have somehow forgotten. Mari over here.
Which what was the last one? I'm sorry, one of them was panting very loudly.
Mari, she's a little hot, I suppose. I'll put the dogs down and let them kind of do their thing.
While the dogs are doing their thing, Dodger is tapping one of their noses and then pulling his finger away while they try to nip at it, just over and over again, just squatting down.
And since the camera followed the dogs, like, and this is Dodger. If you've been to the yawning portal, you've probably seen this incredibly useful and talented individual working around, doing their thing.
Yo.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Dodger gives like a nod, and he has like one fang sticking out of his mouth right now.
Very adorable anime. And
Grimshack just slowly nods and like not really understanding, but like, okay, let's move this on.
And last but definitely not least is my new best friend, Kier.
Oh, Navinia, you flatter me. Yes, Kier, charmed, I'm sure. Representative of the Zentarum, so do let me know if you...
No, I met you, buddy. I remember. We travel in similar enough circles. It's not often you forget a man made out of metal with such elegant taste.
Wait, they're made out of metal? I thought it was a suit of armor.
Oh, poor boy. I meant that as more of a fortunate thing, not literal fortune. But yes, thank you. I was hoping you would remember. You did Morn's premiere, and might I say, they never got over what you said. Just cutting.
I heard that they got rid of 3 or 4 wigs after what I said.
I helped burn them.
Must have been hard to do with all the chemicals used on those.
Yes, well, it doesn't quite affect me. You know, made of metal, they had to leave the room. They also couldn't quite take the emotional impact that putting all of this behind them did, but still, a little controlled flame always helps.
Well, I don't have anything else to add to that.
At a loss for words. What a rare sight.
You know, if you're hearing with your eyes, and it's been a long day.
Yes. So are you okay? I can't imagine you wouldn't have already had something of a sort. Did you have to cancel in advance of coming here, or did something else happen?
Not saying anything in particular happened, but we've got our family sense if something's going to go wrong. I mean,
trust our instincts.
Yes.
Yes, definitely helps.
Plus, I heard things were going well for you, so I figured I'd go and check out on one of my favorite siblings.
That could be said. Anyways, so I don't hate to talk and go, but I think we do have a couple of more places to stop by before the band, because as you may have noticed, there's just the 2 of us. For musicians. I was hoping we could maybe...
we could make it if we try.
Yeah, I look at the rest of them like, everyone could be in the band.
And we have Purbin.
And we have Purbin. Yes, that is the thing. And maybe any of you have musical talent?
Dodger just kind of wrinkles his nose and goes, "Not really.
I've seen you ring that shovel.
I mean, it's hardly what I'd call music."
Like an accent gong, maybe.
And he's just like, "I don't want to be tambourine."
I mean, there's cowbell. I hear cowbell's more important.
Oh, we gotta have more cowbell.
You meet a cow one day, and one day later, you're like,
It's an important instrument.
a dire cowbell. That'll be wonderful for you.
I mean, of course, for a dire cow, that'd have to be a pretty big bell.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be like way more metal than just a regular old cowbell.
Yes.
Like a bell you'd find on a church or something.
Isn't a cowbell all metal?
Well, no, I meant metal in like the prerogative sense. Like
it's a prerogative to get a metal bell? I don't...
Dodger's just like, "I'm just not much for being on stage."
That's great. If it looks like we're going to lose, you can cause some shenanigans.
That's
perfect.
I can do.
All right, what about the rest of you?
My skills more lie in makeup, costuming, and on the rare occasion, elocution.
Okay, you could also pull that off if it looks like we're going to use. Koyos, you're up.
I know how to play a drum.
Perfect.
Yes, great.
I don't have a drum, though.
Well, we can get you a drum.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. We're working here.
Okay.
Yes.
And then I can battle a band, too. Yay!
Also, what songs do we both know?
This feels like you two should have thought this through a little bit more.
Forgetting about your guest.
Oh,
Grimshack, are you volunteering your services for the performance?
No, I'm just trying not to do a Waterdeepian goodbye.
I haven't forgotten about you. But also, you're still here.
Yes.
Which I appreciate you coming all the way down up here. What if I saw you at the performance, and if you happen to find anyone of interest that you think might fit our motley band, you send them our way. Also, did you have any suggestions for places to get rather reasonably priced drums? I'm beginning to suspect that I may spend too much money when I buy things.
Yeah. You did once offer me a dragon if I were to do the dishes for you one night.
Yes, and you did, and then my fingers didn't get wrinkly.
Yes.
Right.
Typically.
Dodger looks up at the idea of just a dragon for doing dishes.
For one night.
And he's just, one night. And he's just mouth agape and just kind of, he's looking for someone in this room that can relate to him being surrounded by all these rich, just jerks.
Well, the problem is that you're surrounded by rich jerks and then two people who don't really have a concept.
Have no concept of money. I am alone in this situation.
Barry knows your pain.
Dodger's just gonna pet Barry and be like, "You understand my pain. Our suffering shall be legendary."
Anyways, I guess if I run across a freelance musician who's looking to perform with a group, I'll send them your way.
Yeah, especially if they're like super cool. We don't want no dorks in our band.
He just does the Jim from The Office stare at you.
What's a dork?
Yeah, so I got other places to go.
Let me show you where the door is, but in a nice way.
You mean the thing that I walked in to get in here?
Mm-hmm. Just like arm around the shoulder, open the door. Step outside, I close the door, I say, I know you're very busy, but can you check on a Trekkie for me? They were a bit scragglier than usual. I didn't actually recognize them when I went to the house last. They should have, bathing and eating.
Yeah, I checked on them this morning. They got back in, which Lee was not super happy about, but I'll keep an extra eye on a Trekkie.
Take the village, as they say.
Yes, well.
Anyways, you have a great day. Also, you eat something. You're looking all thin.
You know what our parents would say, and they pull out a cookie and hand it to you. Always bring something to eat for another.
And I reach in and I pull out like a wrapped blueberry muffin paper and I hand it over.
They give you like a quick, awkward hug, like they don't want to be caught hugging. Yep. And then you see that they've had like a carriage waiting for them with like 6 beautiful, like pure black horses.
Say, oh, I believe your ride's here. Straight to the depths of hell with you.
Yeah, no, that's actually why I'm performing tonight.
Well, you'll knock them dead if they weren't already.
You know it. I see you there tomorrow night or either of the other 2 nights.
Absolutely. You know I love your sets. Just keep it fresh, as they say.
Oh, this is going to be untested material. And they get in and just like close the door and give you a quick wave goodbye.
Right back.
And as the carriage takes off the street, you notice that the horses and the carriage start to seem to sink into the ground as it goes on.
Oh no, we're in a Bethesda game.
And then Grimshack flies off into the sun, but the cart still keeps going.
Todd!
Not how? No!
Show yourself, coward!
Grimshack gets like slightly injured and his arms and legs go out to normal human size.
I like that it's normal human size.
And then
I used to be a party smith like you, but then I took an arrow to the knee.
I head back inside, away from all the jokes. Close the door.
Jokes, you stay outside.
So Dodger's gonna at this point turn to everyone else and be like, "How many siblings do you think Navinia has?"
Ooh, let's take bets. What's the over-under?
I'm gonna say 5.
7.
7. Koyos?
4.
Well, I'll take 6, if not just to get everything nice and lined up. Don't give anyone any wiggle room. And 3 for Barry.
Bow, 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 bow.
Oh,
What's that 8?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was 7.
Well, Barry, he already has 7. I'll put you down for 8. It's the closest one that no one's taken.
Bow, bow.
Okay, and then what do we say?
I don't.
The stakes are 1 copper?
Dodger's gonna turn and just be like, "I don't speak dog."
Dogs understand me, but I don't understand dogs. One day I will. I look very determined, as if I'm...
Is that a thing you can do?
I don't know if it is, but I'll learn.
just full anime sparkles.
I will one day learn to talk dog.
A noble goal.
Barry, meanwhile, has dropped a shard on the table as their bet.
Oh yeah, we got the small rocks.
Yeah, we did. At that point, I'm gonna put down a shard as well.
And 1 for me.
I put down a shard as well.
I like that like Navinia's back is turned and she's like, "Oh, I'm having such good adventures with my new friends." And like, how many siblings? Everybody put out their bets.
I put a pebble on the
Oh, it's so good that my brother's being so cooperative to help me. All right, listen, how many other ones you got?
How many
other ones they got?
Is there one that they keep in the closet? I don't know. Let's take a bet.
It's my family. No one's in the closet.
Zing.
So I come back in.
We hide the money.
You just put Barry on it.
Yeah, Barry's on
Sits on
top. Just the Pomeranian fluff covers it.
Barry like takes 4 quick steps around making a circle and then sits on top.
good boy.
I say, well, that went great. What are you all up to?
Well, I'm planning on heading down to the docks later and looking for a murderer. I was
Same.
fantastic.
Yes.
Now, does anyone else like to join us? I believe Koyos, you might be spoken for tonight, yes?
I was invited by a squirrel to a place.
Yeah.
Now, is that typical for you?
I don't know. An emerald something?
Enclave, dear. Why don't we go together? And that way you won't end up, I don't know, in Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
Oi, care to join us? There might be violence.
Ooh, I like violence, especially if I get to rough up some punk who's doing murders, and then that's, and like I get to dangle him off a bridge or whatever and be like, "Yo, tell us where the murders are." Yeah.
Well, I mean, if we already caught the murderer,
Well, you could still do with some dangling. I don't think that will do any harm.
I mean, sure, but that wasn't.
Little dangling never hurt anyone.
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna. It's not like I'm gonna drop them.
No.
I feel like you may.
Well, I mean that's the implication that I would drop them, but I'm not going to drop them. It's just the implications.
Yeah, on the way, can we stop by a doctor's office? I know I need to pick up some supplies.
Sure, the sun's still up. I think we have some time. These are all taking place at night, so.
All right. I told him I'm swinging by, so we can just do it on the way.
Wonderful.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say that can probably be done probably off camera, but that's up to.
Or on camera.
Yes.
It's always on camera, darling.
So, Koyos, if your thing doesn't take too long, maybe we could meet up for the murders afterwards?
And then we can pincer move on them, yeah.
Yes, like a crab. Clippy clip.
The crayfish in the swamp.
What's a crayfish?
The long crab.
Oh, they're delicious. At least that's what I've heard.
Small bug with claws that you can eat.
Well, I've never actually been outside of Waterdeep. At least not that I can remember.
Why would you? You have everything here.
Yeah, it's been a rather long time for me. I try not to go outside of Waterdeep it says have everything.
I don't know. Maybe there's something out there for me. One day, though.
One day out there. I just drift off.
Right, yeah. It's somewhat. Basically, Dodger's looking out the window, and in his head, there's an "I Want" song that he will never sing out loud.
And then, as he's looking out the window, Pervin stops by.
He's dramatically looking out the window, and then Pervin just slides into view, hey.
He gets up.
Into the window.
Yeah, Dodger just jumps and just looks away from the window.
Hey, everybody. It's me, Pervin.
Hey, Pervin.
Hi, Pervin.
Outside the window.
Let me in.
If we had curtains, Dodger would have shut them. But we do not.
They were eaten by moths. So we will be having them soon.
Oh, your friend's here.
Yeah, I know. Hi, Pervin. And I get Koyos and drag them, into the view in front of the window. And it's like, we got a drummer.
Anyways, I was stopping by. We've got the Battle of the Bands, and I'm feeling really good about it.
Well, that's good because we got a drummer. We got my friends here who are going to cause some shenanigans if it looks like we might lose. And then Grimsack is all set up to play at the Yawning Portal those 3 nights.
Sounds like an excellent time.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So what have you got for me?
I just need a drum.
Oh, I just wanted to be social and stop in.
Oh, yeah, cool. Hey, did you bring your stuff? Can we maybe practice in the basement or something before we got to go to the docks and solve some murders?
Basement.
Murders?
We have a basement.
I love that we're also becoming a band that solves murders, just like Hanna-Barbera would have wanted.
And we even have a giant
Hanna-
anthropomorphic animal.
Anna Barbarian.
We have a talking crocodile.
And dogs.
We have the dogs for Scooby-Doo. We got everything.
Yeah, we got everything. We even got a werewolf thing. If you're into Fang Face or whatever that.
Oh God, yeah.
We've hit all the fucking Hanna-Barbera notes. Perfect.
We even have a ghost like the Funky Phantom. Are we gonna?
We got it all. All the Hanna-Barbera we ever want. All we need is just to put someone in a bow tie. That's all we need.
I mean, oh yes,
Gotta get Barry a bow tie.
Barry's a bow tie.
And cuffs.
Fancy little cuffs.
Not handcuffs. Don't arrest the dog.
All right, well, it seems like you've got everything squared away here. I did not bring my instruments, but I was just in the neighborhood. So
That's cool.
Yeah. Have fun solving murders.
Don't do any. We'll catch you.
Yeah.
But would you turn me in?
You'd get a good dangling for sure.
Yeah, I'd at least dangle you.
I might. It depends.
Okay.
Well-
okay.
Yeah, like, I mean, I probably, like, it'd be kind of a dick move that after I got you out of, like, one jail to put you in another one, but you'd at least get a dangle.
Wait, you were in jail? Are you a criminal?
No, they tried to make me into a slave in the Underdark.
Oh.
Yeah, I was trying to do a whole venture on your own, become a great bard out in the world, make the songs that people want to hear, and then I slept under the stars one night because I thought it would be beautiful, and I was grabbed by a bunch of drow who decided to try and sell me into slavery, and luckily Oi here helped me escape.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for Purbin, I wouldn't have, like, known about the outside world at all. You know, they never send me out on the kidnapping adventures. They just, you know, say, "Oi, do this trash, you worthless piece of crap. Oi, go fucking make dinner for everybody now." You know, that kind of stuff. And in a way, the songs you sang, Purbin, kind of made me want something more than the Underdark. So, and I give him a pat on the back, and it's like, I'm doing this as much for you as about me, buddy.
I appreciate that, Oi. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
He puts a hand on your back.
And then after that little pun, Oi's hand on his back becomes a full-on hug.
Aww.
Aww.
That's lovely.
Aw.
So many friends in the city. It's wonderful. It's just...
I know. It's like I've only been here for 3 days and things are already way better. So anyway, like, let us know that where we can get some practice time in, because I mean, like, as much as we have, you know, shenanigans are on our side, we probably like actually want to be good.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I am good.
Yeah.
Well, what do you have all planned for tomorrow? I mean, it's Sornin, but if we make plans, they're more likely to come out well.
Tomorrow we should be celebrating us catching a murderer and, I don't know, being druids. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm technically a monk, so I wouldn't celebrate being a druid, but, you know, I mean, if Koyos wants to celebrate, like, yeah, I'd totally help him out in that respect. But yeah, we could totally practice tomorrow.
All right, let's do, like, around the noon hour.
Okay.
Cool.
Back at noon.
Celebrate something.
Yeah.
What are we celebrating?
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, actually, what are we celebrating? What is that day supposed to be? For our listeners.
We need Waterdeep lore.
Sornin is a festival of both Joaquin and Lathander, and is used for planning businesses, making treaties and agreements, and receiving envoys from unknown lands and traditional foes. Much wine is drunk over this 3-day occasion when, as the saying goes, my enemy is like family to me. If you are a newcomer to the city, this time is an excellent opportunity for you to engage with new partners in business, or to gain financial support for some endeavor.
Oh,
Sornin,
I know who my rival is.
Considering I just went into significant debt with the bank, which, by the way, I'm counting all of you in since we live here together, and that's why I did it. Might be a nice day for them to come check out the grounds and maybe even see Derek again.
Yeah, one Derek 3 times. I know that guy.
Yeah.
That'd be lovely. So tomorrow, band practice, banking practice.
Yeah.
I'm going to clean up my room a bit.
We have rooms now.
I mean, we need to sweep. Definitely need to sweep.
Debris in mine.
Well, I can probably clear that out.
Well,
Please don't. Go in my room. Have it. Thank you.
I mean, if you pay me a dragon.
Not to?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
So I lose a gold, right?
Just to get Tasha to stay out of your room.
Lavinia, darling, I think you might be doing the thing where you spend money frivolously.
And I'm like handing over the dragon, and it just touched Dodger's hand.
Purbin also gives Dodger a dragon as well.
Purbin, you don't have a room here.
He could.
I know, I just don't want him randomly going into my house without permission. Is this...
I mean, if you want to pay me for that, sure.
And that's why I gave you the dragon.
Oh.
You know, Dodger, you've basically started your own little protection racket. You might like the Zentarum more than you let on.
He's pocketing this gold and just going, it's a one-time thing.
Oh, it always starts that way.
Babby's first protection racket.
He's a holy man, not a saint.
Well, I've got to get going here, and I'll see you tomorrow at practice. Have fun catching murderers.
We will. Have a good one.
And I think that is where we will end this week's episode.
I am Jean Adaser on Twitter at Adaser, Adaser, also on various things like Etsy.com/Jean Adaser. No thing. I'm on Patreon, the same place. The Posh Panda on Twitch.tv. And just, look me up, follow me on Twitter, and you'll get all the links through there. Easy cheesy.
I've been Rhythm Bastard. You can find me on my website, rhythmbastard.rocks. Because I rock so hard, I had to put in the URL. You can also find my music at rhythmbastard.bandcamp.com or soundcloud.com/rhythmbastard. And you can also get new music from me every month at patreon.com/rhythmbastard.
All right. I've been Gar Atkins, and you can follow me at Twitter at Sahoni Stuff. That's SAHONI_stuff. I work as a game designer and essayist, and you can buy my work at sahoni.itch.io. That's SAHONI.itch.io. And I promise it's going to get a lot more populated soon.
And I've been Sam. You can find me on Twitter at FroondingLoom. That's at FROONDING_LOOM. And you can also hear me on Exiled. That's another actual play podcast that I do with our Game Master Luke, where we jump around the Marvel Universe. You can find that on Twitter at Exiled Podcast or on your favorite podcatcher.
My name's Madison. You can find me on Twitter at QUIPSTERIIKURU, Quipster Rikaru. There's a couple links in the description where you can find me elsewhere from there. I don't really have anything to plug, so off we go.
And I'm Luke, your Game Master. I am online on Twitter at Koltreg, that's KOLTREG. And you can also find me along with being on the XAD podcast and this podcast at Multiversal Q, your guide to the comic book multiverse now in podcast form, which is currently updating every other week as Ultiversal Q. So same title, minus the M at the front, where we are covering every Ultimate Universe story. And by the time you're getting to this, we will have covered some of the really bad stuff, but not the worst stuff. And you can also, just check me out at Koltreg. That's KOLTREG. And at this point, we should have a Patreon up, so that will probably be linked somewhere on the website. RPGpals.club is a weekly podcast. If you enjoy the show and can't support the Patreon, please leave us a review. Share what you're thinking. Follow us on Twitter and look for our posts when we just ask for pictures of dogs, because that's how we are populating these dogs that people are sending in. Thank you for listening to the first episode and all of the subsequent episodes, and we will be back on either the 1st or the 15th, or if we've somehow ended up at a point where we're releasing episodes even faster at that date. Catch you then on the flip mode. Peace.
Crap, I forgot to tell him to stay away from the dock word because that's where all the murders are. Oh well.
He's not out.
Next episode, Perpin dead?